Okay, I've started recording. So, can you describe what you're seeing on the ground right now over there in Jamaica?
Sure, Tristan, it is devastation. I was in Hurricane Katrina and it was like a bomb went off, but everything was flat. Well, imagine the same thing, but it's with ravines and sides of hills, and you're looking at houses that are on the edge of these hills, and you're wondering how are they still standing? Everything's washed out below them. You look in these ravines, and there's trees all over the place. It's a lot of carnage in the areas that were hardest hit.
Wow, so it just sounds like there's just a lot of just devastation over there and just stuff kind of all over the place. So, what are the biggest challenges people in Jamaica are facing since the hurricane?
Yeah, I would say that the biggest challenge is just the fact that it's so difficult to get supplies into this area. You can fact check me on this, but I think a plane did not make it that was supposed to be coming in. That happened today. They were bringing supplies. Um, Everything's being used up. All the resources are being used up, and it creates a backlog on resources trying to come in. Um, the people are resilient, but you can also see that they're in that shock still.
Recording in progress.
Well, and I'm sure that, I was actually just about to ask that same question too. How would you describe the mood of the communities that you've met with so far, especially seeing that, one of those planes did not make it and they're already going through so much as of right now?
Yeah, and once again, please fact check that. But um, it's really amazing. You'll meet people who, I mean, just amazes you. I was visiting a woman today. Her name's Charmaine, and we were just looking at her house, seeing what we could do to help. We were supplying tarps and solar lights, tarps by Samaritan's Purse, solar lights, hygiene kits, and I asked her about her faith, and she said, "Yeah, she believes in God." And I said, "How do you keep your faith in this?" And she just cried out during the storm to God, and then even today she was asking the Lord to just send someone to help her. And lo and behold, as we were beginning our work out in the village, she was the first person we met. And there may be some stories to follow up after that. It's really remarkable. And then we see some people who are just they don't know what to do. They are just waiting.
Well, and I'm sure that a lot of these people in this situation have probably never experienced anything like this. I mean, there's very few people in the world who actually, go through these kind of natural disasters. And, some people just do, like you said, they experience it in different ways. There are some people who are just absolutely devastated, and there's some that are getting through it. And are there any moments or images that have really stuck with you since arriving over there?
Sure. Um, I would say uh, one of uh, one of the things that means the most to me is we're currently at the Youth with a Mission base in Jamaica, and we have partnered up with Cry International. We're seeing Hope Force International here, and seeing some other communities, and we are coming together. And you see us trying to help figure out the best way to get into these communities. It's wonderful when you see that come together, and then to take that into the community. Working with Samaritan's Purse, Operation Blessing, they've been helping us, watching that work together, and then working with some of these people who recognize, hey, this is not the end. We're going to rebuild. We're going to be strong. Uh, it really does encourage your faith.
Well, I love that you talk about all the different groups that are coming together to help out all these people. So I'm just wondering specifically, what kind of aid is Love Mercy International currently providing? Can you kind of give me some detail about that?
Sure. Before I do that, I want
Mhm.
to send a shout out to two of the fellow team members that are with me, Joel Whitfield and Derek Spencer. They've been a chainsaw team that I've been helping them with taking trees off of buildings.
Mhm.
If there's a tree on your building, you can't even put a tarp on it. They've been doing heroic work, really. Uh, then the groups that have been coming in, like Samaritan's Purse. You know what? I'm so sorry. I'm a bit overwhelmed. I almost forgot to start your question, but I want to mention this. We just want to thank KETK for letting us get the word out. You may not realize this, but last year when North Carolina, or 2 years ago when North Carolina came through, you put the word out for us, and we got volunteers and we got resources, and that leads to your question. We need finances. We need finances, excuse me, to help. We need resources. You can find the resources that are available at our website, www.love mercy international. The international is intl.org. And on it, you'll see things that can range from, like we mentioned already, the water filtration kits. We mentioned there's all types of hardware. There's all types of the tools that you would use in restoring. But the biggest thing right now is finances. If you can just guide people to provide finances, Love Mercy International will use 100% of the finances come in to buy products for Jamaica and be able to help them. That's the biggest resources and volunteers to come work. It doesn't matter if you've got special skill sets or not. There's debris everywhere. This will be going on for quite a while. The island is beautiful. The parts that are still destroyed carry a beauty. It's kind of a ghost-like feeling when you imagine what was there before. The island's coming alive again. Every day it's doing better, getting stronger. I've probably gone on a little too long, Tristan. Sorry about that.
It's okay. It's okay. You actually answered that very perfectly, and it kind of leads me to my next question, which is, what are the immediate priorities for you and your team to accomplish? I know you said that resources and volunteers are scarce, but what are you guys focusing on?
Right now, we're focusing on getting this base up and going the best that it can, trying to get uh, uh, covers on roofs that have large holes in them. For us, it was getting trees off of these roofs so they can get covered. Um, I would say our next focus is to minister outside of the gates here. Youth with the Mission Jamaica, um, John and Dania Hels, they recognize first they kind of got to get their house in order so they can receive teams. I mean, this place is going to become like an international traffic hub for people all over the world coming in. Youth with the Mission is a huge organization. The word's already getting out, and people are going to be coming in, and we need to have a place for them to stay. And this is what's going to happen here. So the main number one priority is get this base up and going so we can provide support to organizations like Operation Blessing, Samaritan's Purse, uh, anything along that line.
And once you get these priorities finished, what are going to be your goals for the following days or weeks? And then how long do you actually plan to stay over there in Jamaica?
Sure. What we foresee is running teams at least monthly, depending on the number of volunteers coming in. And when I say a team, it could be 3 people. Look, you could have someone who says, "Hey, I've got a week coming up that I want to take." You get a couple of friends with you. We'll take you through our application process, make sure that you are being put in the right place. And we have a host here that can pick you up, take care of you. We are probably going to have team leaders that'll be taking groups out monthly, just coming back. Look, what we have to realize, and we saw it with North Carolina, we saw it with the LA fires, is this is a marathon, and we're in it for the long haul.
Okay, and then so what message do you want to send back to those like following your mission in East Texas that are going to be watching this?
Sure. The number one thing is we are so grateful for all of our volunteers that have already reached out and said, "Hey, I want to go." In fact, we have a team that's going to be going at the end of this month, and two powerful people are going to be leading it. Their name's Chad and Crystal Freeman, I believe. And so we've got a team ready to go. We are building a team now. My word is, hey, if you can find time to come, even if it's for a few days or something along that line. And just so grateful. I'm also grateful for my family who's having to put up with me not being there.
Right.
This is tough on them too, but they are resilient. And I love them.
Yeah, I mean, that's got to be hard to leave your family behind for a little while. And I mean, like you said, it's not really an exact time frame of how long you guys plan to be there. So what emotional or physical toll have you kind of personally experienced on this journey of helping these people recover?
Um, that's a good question. Uh, it is tough knowing from my experience with Hurricane Katrina what is ahead of this island, and I know uh, the Jamaicans here are going to need some friends that will be friends a long time, and continued support. Emotionally draining, yeah, it's hard. It's hard when you are working with people. You find someone who's so grateful for the tarp, the water filtration system, and then you have someone else come up and says, "Hey, where's my stuff? Where's my free stuff?"
Hmm.
And that can be very frustrating. But that's in every country, every nation, even the United States. It's all part of it. And we just covet your prayers. We need wisdom and guidance to be able to mobilize the groups that are going. I also want to say thank you so much for Debbie Lucille. She's pretty much said, "Kelly, go do whatever you need to do." We heard that the team here needed Starlink. setups, and we were able to purchase two, and we got them. We have two Starlinks getting set up for them. That will be theirs. They've had to borrow theirs, and when the team that's currently here is gone, they'll be gone. And this is all because of supporters like the KETK family.
And one thing that I've learned about living in East Texas is that this is a very supportive community that loves to give back to those who really need it. So I know you mentioned this a little bit earlier, but can you just explain how East Texans or others watching anywhere at home can best support your efforts down there?
Thank you. Go to www.lovemercyinternational.org. That's INTL for the international.org. Look at our website. There's a place that's dedicated to Jamaica. We can use your donations and we can use your time. As far as donations go, the needs vary daily because of the resources that are coming in and then the resources that are limited. Right now, it's November. It's starting to get cold for them, although for us, it'd probably be hot. But they're going to be needing things all through this winter time. So please just go to that site. We'll have a list there. My team's working on putting that together now. And we just are so grateful for the family, our East Texas family that's been helping us, and the family all over the nation that's been working with Love Mercy International.
Wow. Well, thank you so much, Kelly, for your sacrifices. I know that it takes a truly nice and humble person to go down there and do what you're doing right now, especially with your team. And I really appreciate you coming on this interview with me today.
Well, you're very welcome. But I'll just say this. God has blessed me with so much that the least I can do is go out of my way and try to help in this way. And everybody can help in some way. It doesn't have to be what I'm doing or what my wife is doing with me. It doesn't have to be like that, but you can help. Just be praying for us. We've been doing chainsaw work, and there have been things that have happened that is just totally God how it worked out, because it doesn't normally work this way. We had one man lose his wedding ring. We prayed, and we found his wedding ring in there was debris all over the place, and we found it. That's a God thing.